I've worked in nonprofit fundraising for over 20 years, and I want to talk about what we can learn from Kamala Harris's record-breaking fundraising in the last 48 hours. So the first thing is my very first gig in fundraising, nonprofit fundraising, full-time, was political fundraising. And one of the things that I learned as a naive 24-year-old coming in, we had copywriters who would come in and write all of our direct mail. And they explicitly told this very large organization, it was one of our third parties in the country, that the biggest motivators are guilt and fear. And when I moved back into the higher education space, there were a lot of people, that told me differently, like, no, people want to be inspired. But I feel like this proves, especially in the political space, that excitement and hope motivate so much more than fear. People are excited, they're filled with hope. This is what's motivating them to actually give. Next, people are really craving positive change. They are kind of tired of let's just prevent things from getting worse, and much more wanting to be truly, deeply inspired for something good on the way. And when fundraising becomes part of creating a better future, giving becomes a logical investment. Doesn't matter if people's budgets are strapped. It doesn't matter inflation and cost of living increases. When they can tie having a better future to their giving becomes a logical investment and not just an emotional something or another that you have to justify to yourself. And finally, there's a saying in fundraising that's like, if you want money, ask for advice, and if you want advice, ask for money. I think there's some truth to that on both sides, but I think in this case it could be amended to, if you listen to your constituents, they will give you money. Everyone was saying, this is not what we want. We want something more inspirational. We want something that is really giving us something to hope for, something to believe in, and feel some forward movement, some momentum. And when they were given that, they opened their pocketbooks to support it. And I think that we'll continue to see just an avalanche of fundraising from Kamala Harris and her team. So I think this is great. It's grassroots, lots of small donors, lots of big donors too. In 9-figure fundraising, we're talking 9-figure fundraising in 2 or 3 days. So anyway, what other things would you add to the list? If you work in nonprofit fundraising, what else do you think we can take away from this record-breaking fundraising that we're seeing from the Harris team?